Hello, good morning. This is environmental science, and our topic for today is water on Earth. So, the Earth is a planet that is made up of water. It is also made up of land, and it is made up of a layer of air called the atmosphere. Take a look at this diagram. So, water is surrounding the Earth. The Earth is almost three-fourths water, while it is also surrounded by the air that we call atmosphere. Take note that water is the most abundant component on the earth. Most living things need water, like animals, human, and other living organisms like bacteria. We can find water in three different states. There are three phases of matter: solid, liquid, and gas. If water is in the solid state, it is called ice. It can be seen at the Earth's poles, the North Pole and the South Pole, while snow can be seen in the mountains or cold climate countries. So if the water is in liquid state, we can see it in many places. We can see it in the ocean, seas, rivers and lakes, and also groundwater. Also, clouds are thought to be water. It's a condensed form of water vapor that accumulates above the sky. It is also a in liquid form. While the water can be seen in the seas and oceans, there are large areas of salt water. They have a high salinity level, while seas are smaller than oceans. Take note that there are five major oceans on our planet. These are the following. If you can guess these pictures, it's okay. First, we have the Atlantic Ocean, just east of New Europe. We have the Pacific Ocean, surrounded by the Pacific Ring of Fire. We have the Indian Ocean, just beneath the country India and the west of Australia. We have the Arctic Ocean at the south of at the North Pole of the Earth, while at the South Pole, we have the Antarctica. Okay? Take note of the difference between the Arctic Ocean and the Antarctic Ocean. The Arctic Ocean is surrounded by landmass at the North Pole of the Earth, while Antarctica is at the South Pole of the Earth, surrounded by the ocean. We also have these pictures: Atlantic Ocean and Pacific Ocean, Indian Ocean, and also the Arctic Ocean and Antarctic Ocean. So those are the five major oceans. Now let's move on to rivers and lakes. These are areas of fresh water on Earth, or they have a low salinity level. When we say salinity level, those are the levels of salt that mixed with water. Also, we have clouds. These are masses made up of drops of water that stay up in the sky. Sometimes the drops of water get bigger and become raindrops, snow, or hail. Raindrops occurs on tropical regions, while snow and hail occur on low temperate region or cold climate regions. Now let's discuss groundwater. This is the water that is underground. When it rains, the water filters through the ground and becomes aquifers. So aquifers or aquifer have two types, the unconfined aquifer and confined aquifer. Unconfined aquifer is just beneath the soil or sand. It can be contaminated easily because of the overlying soil, that is sand. While the confined aquifer is just at the bottom of the unconfined aquifer with a margin in the middle. So this margin sometimes composed of limestone. So water cannot penetrate easily limestone. That's why it is called confined aquifer. The water in the confined aquifer is confined or locked. It can only be penetrated by a drill. Take a look at this well. It is drilled at the bottom beneath the unconfined aquifer because we don't drink waters from the unconfined aquifer because the unconfined aquifer could be contaminated easily because of the overlying soil. It's just sand. Sand has spaces between them. So contaminated water can contaminate the unconfined aquifer. But for the confined aquifer, it cannot be contaminated easily because of the overlying margin that is made up of limestone. So limestone is a solid rock, so it doesn't have spaces unlike the sand. So confined aquifer cannot be contaminated that easily. So we can drink that. While water in gaseous state is also in vapor state. So an example of gaseous water is fog. Now let's move on to the hydrologic cycle for our next meeting. That's all. Thank you for listening.